I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. '23 Genesis GV60.
Performance with an unofficial, sort of official launch control.
Boost, brake boost. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fast.
It squeals tires like crazy.
It does.
Horsepower and torque.
429 horsepower, 446 pound-feet of torque. However, 483 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque in boost mode from 2 electric motors and a 77 kilowatt-hour battery.
And before we get into all the crazy stuff, I really want to talk about how this is the best one of the EV6 and the IONIQ 5. I want to mention that this does have drift mode. There's no instructions online.
Whoa, it has a hidden drift mode. They are specific about that.
There's no instructions online, so I'm going to tell you how to do it. You put it in park, you put it in sport mode, you hold the traction all the way for 2 settings, then you put your foot all the way on the brake, hold both paddles for 3 seconds, and then it's going to prompt you to enable drift mode.
Which is very similar to how Mercedes does it on their AMGs.
But we're not going to use drift mode right now. It's an actual drift mode. It's not like a parking lot donut mode.
And what's the next gimmick that this car has, because it's full of them?
The boost mode is actually boost mode. It's almost like, I guess, what NOS would be like. So when you click it, you get like 10 seconds of extra power. At higher speeds, it helps. At lower speeds, it pretty much absolutely demolishes and roasts your tire. And just, if you're turning, it'll pull you out and then it'll feel like you're still on the throttle.
Yeah, so this is the performance model, which has an ELSD. So it's supposed to spin both wheels, but it ends up just spinning the inside one and making like the darkest burnout patches with the traction on.
I don't think the LSD is like, we're using it the wrong way because that's like the fun way to do it.
Yes, we're using it the dumb way.
It's actually legitimately scary if you turn the wheel and do it at a low speed. Like, I would be scared to give this car to a teenager who's like, yeah, I'm going to prom. We're taking my dad's GV60.
Oh.
I got boost mode. I know how to drive a race car. We're going to drift. Like, no.
No, not in this car.
But there's a valet mode for that. So.
Yeah.
And what if you roasted off these tires? What would be the Continental recommended tire?
The Sport Contact 6. And from now until June 30th, 2022, get a $70 Visa prepaid card with the purchase of 4 qualifying passenger Continental tires. Go to continentaltire.com/TheStraightPipes for full details.
Link in the description or the top comment.
This car has a lot of power, like a lot, and they actually let you use it with the traction off. Now, most other electric cars don't let you do that, and we kind of now understand why.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ford. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, everybody, for asking why the Mach-E can't do a burnout.
And the Porsche.
Every company we criticize for not unlocking the full every traction off, now we understand why.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not really controllable, and yeah, we get it.
It's sketchy. So thank you, Genesis, for making it kind of sketchy for us to understand that. Because, I mean, kudos to them for actually letting you use this power with the traction off.
For 1 year until they automatically update it out. Enough about that until you drive. There's some things that I like about this so much, and that is the interior. Compared to the EV6 and the IONIQ, we've got Genesis stuff in here. So we have the big screens like the other ones, but then we've got a rotary controller, which is amazing. The screen is a touch screen. Then we've got a lot of hard buttons down here for our camera settings and everything. Hard buttons and everything for our climate without that silly switch thing that the EV6 has.
And the radio as well.
Yeah, all that settings in front of the rotary controller. Then we've got tons of buttons on our steering wheel with 3 shortcuts on our steering wheel. So we can go to like home, phone projections, switch between our radio modes. It's absolutely awesome and perfect.
From a usability standpoint, this destroys the Kia and the Hyundai.
It's so fantastic. Genesis, this is the best infotainment setup of anything, like especially compared to the EV6 and the IONIQ 5.
And I know you probably want to save this for later, but I do want to talk about it now. You skipped over the coolest part right here, the shifter.
The shifter is awesome. When you start the car, it's an orb that flips around.
I thought it was going to be the craziest, dumbest gimmick when I saw it in the press materials, but like seeing it in person, this is cool.
And it's easy to use. What I want to know is, okay, say the battery's dead, there's this little thing here to flip up. Like, okay, if you pull that up, is there like a key you put in and then it flips around and you can actually use it without it being powered?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a magic 8-ball. You just wish on it and then hope that everything works out.
And then to quickly show the rest of this interior, it's all white and it looks awesome.
Looks great.
Well, I mean, there's like gray here, but it's a white interior.
But the materials are also really high quality.
Yeah. And then other cool features that this does have that really cool automatic parking where you can get into all that stuff. You get to that by holding the camera button. Then when you click the camera button for your 360 parking, it's got all the awesome modes we like, right, Jacob?
Yes, it does. You can go all the way around the car. It's very high quality.
And the best part is, in the settings, you can change it so that it's the color of the car that you bought. So you don't have to be rolling around in like this awesome, cool green color, and then you've got a white car in the infotainment. Like, that is attention to detail.
I wouldn't mind if they just made the color of the car the actual color of the car like BMW does, but it's nice to be able to customize that in case you decide to paint it or wrap it.
Like what if you were on the waiting list and the only thing they could offer you was a black one, but you're like, I really wanted the green one. At least you can have the green one in virtual reality.
Yes, or if you got the green one and then you got sick of it, you're like, oh, that's a little too bright. I'm just gonna make my own one, the black one.
What if you wrap it? What if you wrap the car?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could still customize it.
And then to this gauge cluster, you can have 2 different tacks with nice cool animations and everything, but then if you click in this button on the steering wheel, you can have your digital speedo on the left and then like your drive assist stuff in the center. Then we have this touchpad BlackBerry thing that you can use to control your widget on the right. Yes, this car has widgets.
So this is an Android Auto. Get it? Widgets, Android?
I mean, it all works pretty well, and then you can use this to go left and right on your Sirius XM favorites because there is no hard button to go through your favorites.
And does it rewind Sirius XM satellite radio?
Yeah, and the favorite settings and everything are really good. The Sirius XM looks awesome here, and if you're looking to get your own Sirius XM free trial for 3 months, hit up SiriusXM.ca or .com/TheStraightPipes. And then this does have very good highway driving assist on the highway. It's just a total pleasure in rush hour traffic.
Just like every other Genesis.
Hyundai and Kia. With the features, with
highway driving assist too.
So before you drive, I want to go through Cliche Corner because I really like the IONIQ through here. Is this better?
That was quite a bit of understeer.
I don't know if it's better. That's a lot of understeer.
Oh, dude, the seatbelt's been tugging at me the whole time.
I'm gonna tell you, at this moment, in these settings, not my favorite.
No, I mean, yeah, it's no Porsche. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, kind of gross. But on like a big track with drift mode, I might be convinced sometime in the future.
I don't know if I will be.
Like, it'll be fun. But if you're not like ripping through, it's very comfortable on normal roads and everything. Super quiet.
Yeah, electric cars are kind of more straight line cars in general to me.
Like this.
Yeah, like that. Ow. This is kind of almost one of those neck breaking cars.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's like I guess they're with the GTS.
Right.
Except the GTS has more grip.
The sweet spot in the lineup.
All right, your turn to drive.
Alrighty. Some kind of launch control in futuristic EV mode. Oh my god.
All right, that sound was way better.
So the first part of that was all just tire, and then the futuristic engine sound came in. So there's a couple different EV sound styles which are very different from each other, which is cool. So now G engine kind of sounds like a UFO kind of thing.
Oh man, I feel like we should just throw that at the beginning of the video because that was way funny.
And that's E motor. Back to futuristic because this one sounds the funniest to me. Okay, so
and we have it cranked in the custom mode.
I'm gonna send this through Cliche Corner. The traction is off. I'm in futuristic sound mode. Yeah, body roll kind of quite a bit. Lots of understeer. And let's see what it does on exit with the boost function. Just tire squeal and
it's a mess. But thank you for showing us.
Okay.
Someone's got their keys on a piano.
The way that I'm gonna phrase this is I wouldn't go out of my way to visit Cliche Corner in this vehicle.
Nah, but it's cool that they enabled all the craziness.
So since it is the Performance, God, this is so loud. I'm gonna put it into E motor, okay? So the way, so this has an ELSD. Now I looked at the Genesis presentation. Genesis, kind of without saying it, but saying it through this graphic, says that if you don't get the Performance model, you're going to end up in the field by getting their lesser model without the ELSD. Now, I don't really feel that. However, I haven't driven it because this one already feels like I'm going to end up in the field anyways.
As long as you don't push,
we're driving the traction off,
traction
sport, boost. Like, we're doing all the wrong things that nobody else would really do. So, like, we're really testing this car. So as long as you don't do all of these wrong things that we're doing.
Turn it on and just put it to sport.
Yes, it won't do that. But it's still not like an enjoyable experience. It's fun in a fast, like, straight line, but like that's really it.
I just like the one wheel peels. Like, it's making so much smoke for no good reason.
I don't even know how many wheels are peeling. I have no idea.
I love it. Hands down, the biggest EV smoke show so far.
And in terms of suspension, this doesn't have air, but it does have adaptive, and it also has road preview, so it can like see bumps with its cameras and stuff. Suspension's really good. It's not bouncy like most EVs are. However, they kind of solved it without having to go to air suspension, and it's one of the most comfortable EVs without air suspension that I've driven. Like it kills the Hyundai and the Kia.
Yeah, and seat comfort compared to those two, better than the IONIQ. I don't think as good as the EV6, but my favorite Genesis seat so far.
Yeah, and even like the feel of the steering wheel, like every touch point in this car is just, I would say, 10 times better than its eGMP platform brothers and sisters.
And there's like a massage-ish feature.
Yes, it's like ergo seat movement or whatever, but it's not like a full massage, but at least you have it.
And then unlike the IONIQ 5, this center console doesn't slide back, but it is like empty at the bottom. But that seat can recline pretty far, but not as far as an IONIQ 5 when you're lying down and charging.
And speaking about charging, this has a range of 378 kilometers or 235 miles, and charging 10 to 80% in 18 minutes at 350 kilowatts in perfectly perfect, ideal, never had to happen conditions, which I'm going to keep saying because we've never experienced that ever.
Okay, and then I went to an IV charger, which is a new charger today, and the funniest thing, there's
so you had to pre-download the app, you had to put your credit card. And
I had already done that from my last failed attempt, but it worked this time. But then they also got rid of 2 of the CHAdeMO plugs, bolted Tesla plugs on top, and because they couldn't fit in the slot anymore, they just left them on the ground.
So those weren't people's like Tesla plugs that
no,
they just
dude,
forgot?
they bolted those to this. Like, look, we now charge Tesla. There's a sign that says that, and they just threw it on the ground. Like, they couldn't like manufacture something to hold. I know, dude.
Guys, Tesla has enough of chargers. Just let them have their superchargers and just make more regular chargers.
But like nobody drives a CHAdeMO car.
Yeah. Anyways, this also has V2L, so you can charge other vehicles, and you can also charge run appliances off of this thing. And like most electric cars, kind of devoid of any steering feel or anything, and it does kind of wallow around when you do this. And there's a lot of body roll and stuff like that. But the one really nice thing as well is that it has active noise cancellation, so it's using speakers and everything to cancel all the outside noise, and it is noticeable.
It's very quiet in here.
You only hear a little bit of wind noise, but that's because you don't hear anything else. And this e-motor sound, or hang on, futuristic sound if you really want it at max volume. By the way, I put it into custom so that it would be volume 20, which is the loudest. You can definitely like mute it and still have this.
Yeah.
But like,
why
would you?
When I got into it, it was set to off. Like whoever was driving this before, I was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I could see why someone would do that.
So what other fun stuff? You want to talk about the inside or save the looks for last?
Let's save the looks for last. More inside stuff. The driving position's pretty good, a little bit tall. I don't mind it though.
Head-up display is nice, but I couldn't get augmented reality in here. I didn't see it, so I don't think it has it, but the IONIQ and the EV6 did.
Yeah, and then this also has the cameras when you turn on your turn signals, just like the Hyundais and stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Dude, I'm gonna turn this off. Like, this is...
I'm telling you, man.
I know.
Okay, another cool thing that this has is it has facial recognition to let you into the car, and
Face
it has
ID.
a fingerprint reader here. However, you can't set it up unless you have both keys, and since this is a press car, they don't really give you both keys when you get it, so I could not set it up and test it. But
yeah, the thing is, it's like, man, do you really want Face ID in your car to unlock your car? Like, you have to stare at your B-pillar to unlock the car, and then use your fingerprint to start. We're getting a little crazy.
Yeah, well, the fingerprint is so you don't have to put in your PIN for your driver settings.
Right. Okay.
But the Face ID is to unlock and get you in.
So you still have to have your key.
I don't know, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's getting a little crazy.
I think it's like you don't have to touch the button, or maybe you don't have to have a key. I don't even know, man.
Getting a little crazy.
We couldn't test it out.
No, so let's talk about these drive modes quickly. We only have 4 of them: Eco, Comfort, Sport, and My, which is your custom mode, and then your Boost mode, and then that mode we mentioned earlier, which is Drift mode. And let's do a couple of our normal tests. Do the cups fit a cup?
Amazing.
Perfect. Full pass. Visors look very nice.
3, 2, 1.
Full pass.
Full pass.
And it feels really nice too.
Does Jacob fit in the back seat at 6'1.5"?
I do, but my head or hair kind of touches at the back. But it's comfortable. It's still fine.
And back there we do have the baby shades, so that's really nice built in.
Peasant blockers. They're fantastic.
Our trunk room is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a wide open opening and no real issues there. It's kind of, this whole car kind of looks like a slab, which kind of also makes sense.
Okay, we stay in the interior. How about these materials? Like, this is awesome. These little things on the door panel and everything are cool. Every material here is perfect.
Yeah, like that's what I said. Every touch point looks great. All of our controls down here are heated and cooled seats. It's all really well laid out, and everything feels nice.
With the wireless charger phone holder.
For your elbows, everything's nice and soft. Like, I can't believe how soft the steering wheel is. Yeah. Oh, we also have paddles so they control regen. So I'm going to regen down. iPedal. So now I'm not. This is one pedal driving. Like, I'm not doing anything. Stop.
But it won't let you start the car in iPedal mode, just like the IONIQ, so you need to click that every time.
Okay, it's gonna come to a full stop.
And then push boost and peel out of here.
Okay.
Light them up. We're gonna roll down the window so people can hear it. We're running low on battery?
Yeah, a little bit low on battery there.
What are we at right now? We're at 61%, and it was still wheeling, squealing, peeling up until like 70.
Hang on, here we go. Yeah.
Okay, another cool thing in here, we do have power between the seats in the back, so that's really nice. This glove box, look at this.
The glove box is...
It slides out towards me like a goddamn kitchen cupboard.
I've never seen that. And then you have a sunglass holder down here, which is kind of hidden, which is really cool.
Do you like the thing to adjust your mirrors?
I do. I looked at it, I'm like, how do I use this? And I figured it out.
And then this reflective stuff on the door panel is cool because if you open it, someone might see it and not hit you.
That's nice. It's like what they put on the side of cool jeans.
Yeah. You're like, oh no, I got these reflective running joggers. When your mom would buy you jeans and it'd have reflective, like, no, I can't ever wear this. But thanks, Mom. I love you.
Thanks, Mom. So now that we're done with basically everything except the looks, let's talk about the looks. I generally like it.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't think it looks better than the IONIQ 5 in a matte grayish color because that car is just so cool.
Yeah, I think that car looks better than this car in any color, and I think this car looks way better than the Kia.
And yeah.
And it looks way better than the Tesla Model Y, which this competes with.
But for all the EV6 fanboys, I understand why for some people it looks better, and I'm not saying you're wrong because EV6 people really like their EV6 looks.
Looks are extremely subjective. That's why I don't know, sometimes, I mean, the thing is, with electric cars, them kind of all feeling very similar, like, I think looks may sway people more in the future.
And then the color, so we've got this, like, teal color, there's a lime green color as well, and then there's a lot of, like, darker, more luxurious colors. I think this is the sweet spot color, because would you really want this in like lime green?
No, because that doesn't feel right. Like that feels right for like a Kia Soul EV, not this.
But if that was like if you got the lime green one and all you did was do drift mode and like one wheel peels, then I'd be like, yes, that is the right color for you.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite part about the looks is that little zigzag we have in the back on the C-pillar.
It looks cool. However, I don't like the spoiler. It kind of gives it a better shape, but I don't like how it looks at the same time.
I think without the spoiler, it would look too GLE.
Exactly. Like there's something, they needed it.
It would look too diaper baby.
Yeah. Rear end looks pretty decent. Just again, that like slab look.
And then we've got our reverse lights at the very bottom. And if you don't know that's your reverse lights, it looks like two fake exhausts.
And what about the taillights?
Taillights are nice. Like it's got the split, which is the Genesis design language. And then the front, we also have the headlights, DRLs, that are also there with the split.
And let's take a listen to the outside. The front's kind of where I think it looks like a Tesla Model Y-ish.
I get the Genesis vibe because it does have that like triangular shield crest kind of thing. And then we've got the lines on the outside, which looks, again, like the Tony Stark goatee.
Yeah, I feel like they should have carried those headlight lines through to the side, like the G80 and stuff, and the new design language for the Genesis like sedans that they're doing.
Yeah, and the front does look kind of beaky, like a little bit of a bird. And it's cool because it's got a license plate at the front, and it doesn't look bad with the license plate, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, so anything else with the side of the looks?
Frunk.
Yeah, oh, and the wheels.
Wheels
are sick.
Wheels are awesome, and the frunk is not that big.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly like what we found in the Kias and the Hyundais.
And to finish off the looks, really smooth body lines, like not a single crease anywhere, and we've got cladding that is gray, so it doesn't look awkward or like off-road. It looks good and luxurious.
So I think that's pretty much everything with the new GV60.
Oh, last thing, sound system isn't like super amazing to me.
So I think that's everything with the GV60.
Let's get to the price.
The base model starts at $71,000 for the advanced.
But then you're gonna get plowed off the road without
apparently,
your
according to this graphic.
And then this one.
$79,000.
Canadian.
Yes.
It's the most luxurious of the three triplets.
Yeah, it's a lot of money though.
It's got the nicest interior, the best functionality. I don't know about best looks, but it's definitely the coolest one and my favorite.
I would prefer it to both the Kia and the Hyundai, but I might be swayed to just get the Hyundai for the looks alone because the function of the inside is still fine to me. Obviously, the power is much better in here.
And I'd love for all the viewers to check out which ones are available on tsb.truecar.com, especially if you can't find the one you like, because there's 2 more that are available there.
Yeah, discounted price offers. And since this is creeping up to the price point of BMWs because it's a Genesis, it's a luxury brand, I would take an i4 over this still. It's
really?
It's not an SUV, but it drives so much better.
Yeah, but I don't really remember, we don't care about driving in electric cars, we just care about the range.
Yeah, but I mean, the range was good too.
Yeah, I think I'd take this over the i4, this over the iX, and this over the EQS, unless I wanted to really impress people with materials, fabrics, diamonds, lights, and gimmicks. Then I would go Mercedes and BMW over this, even though this has a lot to offer too.
A lot of gimmicks too to offer.
I think those ones just have
yes,
slightly more impressive things.
Another level of gimmicks. They have crystal panels and crystal this and wood and stuff. This has a crystal laser shifter.
If I wanted to impress kids in front of the school by doing one-wheel burnouts and smoke shows, this car hands down.
I think so. Other than that, I don't know.
Hey, and don't forget to subscribe. Remember how we haven't asked you to subscribe in 17 videos?
I think it's been a year.
I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. Subscription break. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe right now. Subscribe. We didn't do that.